You know what time it is. It's Rage TV time. United We Rage. I am here with LOL's Ice. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey guys, it's Ice.
Let's announce who's here in the game. It looks like in the bottom left-hand corner we have TryHrd's Relic and ImNotGrayson. You're familiar with them. They're always first in that corner. Top left-hand side we have TryHrd's HotSauce and Zephyril.
And on the top right we have Gannicus and Xikar. And on the bottom right we have the Patient and Victor.
Now the Patient and Victor were requested by PandaPaw. Panda, if you happen to be watching, here you go. A shout out to you. And this could be a really good match. In fact, Gannicus doing it a little differently, deciding to go with Duskwings.
Yep. DT from Victor, 2 Ghosts, again, from Relic and Grayson.
Now, you said there's a DT from Victor? I don't see it. It looks like if he did, he canceled it.
No, he's there killing stuff on the bottom left.
Really? Oh. So there is. There we go. Now I can see it.
2 Duskwing from Gannicus, Corruptor and Ghost from Xikar.
And it looks like a Raven actually coming out from Zephyril. Bottom left-hand side,
They're
Ghost.
Definitely focusing the Viking much better now with the 2 Ghosts. Viking have no chance against 2 Ghosts when they target fire.
Ooh, that DT. Could do a Void Prism, pick off some units. And it looks like even going to town right here on Gannicus' units. The Corruptor trying to deal a little bit of damage to the Dustwings. Not going to be able to do it, though. And here we go. Already some action. A lot of action going on. Oh, no. This Viking going to be taken out. Ooh. One Viking is gone. And it looks like Victor's DT is doing some really good damage as well.
Yeah.
There we go. The scan does go down. A little bit of a late blink, but he does get out of there. And I love the colors coming out.
He needs to EMP because I don't think he has used even one yet.
Ooh, that's a lot of units right there for bottom left. Victor could get a nice surround. He's not going, though.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity.
It was. And instead electing to go for top left, and that might be a big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
He's still going. And this is a perfect opportunity for top right to surround middle. And it looks like they're gearing up to, but they're a little cautious. I think top right is going to back out for now. In fact, bottom left electing to fight here at the Xel'Naga Tower. Could even pick off this Raven too, if not careful. He's already done a lot of damage to the Vikings. And there we go, the Ghosts going in. Not going to be able to get it though. There's no upgrades so far for any mercenaries.
Those Vikings are fairly worthless right now. Like, one Viking has 4 kills. It's never going to pay itself. So Blind Viking Ghost counters it very well. Well, double Ghost anyways. Oh, that Ghost is going down. Wow. That's just bad micro there.
You know what, Ice? Thank you for joining me so that way you can talk some trash. Because when a tournament winner says you've done bad micro, you bet your ass it's bad.
Yeah. Another, I'm going to share some DT tips because I'm pretty good with DT. And how Victor's using it right now, it's not very effective. Because when you ever, and I see guys who go DT all the time, when you have your DT with your army, and it's such an easy way to identify it. Every time someone engages you, they'll just scan your army, your DT is worthless. So look at how Victor's DTs played versus Gannicus. His army wasn't with the DT. And look at that. They'll know
scan.
He's there right away. And also, Victor should be engaging top left whenever he gets a chance, because they don't have ghosts. They have 1 scan tower. Once he drains all the scan energy, he can go on town with them and force them to buy both towers. Whereas Grayson has EMP, so that DT won't be so effective, and same with top right with the Ghost. So that's pick your opponents. Victor's going to be fairly behind soon because that DT is not paying off for itself.
One other thing I'd like to add to that too is if you go with your army, it's very likely that your DT will get stuck.
Yeah, exactly.
It can get stuck in the army. Gal, I'm so glad you're here joining us, Ice. This is great.
Yeah, Gannicus is farming quite poorly with the Duskwings. Like 6 minutes into the game, they have 20 kills, 14 kills, and he bought them right in the beginning. It's very weird. And he should also stop clumping it with his army, hotkeying it together. He should be microing it separately.
In fact, looking at Gannicus's view, does he even have any hotkeys? He does, but yeah, he does have them on a separate hotkey, but he does have them on the first hotkey with the army. And I believe, was it you that said, whenever you micro, you should always have. I think it might have been. It's either you or Valor.
That was Valor.
It was Valor.
I remember. Yeah.
You should always have your army on one
now,
and your units on another.
He should have his Dustwing in the front, but because he's binding it together, they're not attacking while he's backing up. Where those could be constantly attacking, and he has full energy right now. He can cloak, waste some scans, and just maximize the farm potential.
I agree. Colossus! Nice. And I like seeing Strange play like this. I really feel like a lot of the scrims recently is just them trying out different things, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, missed an opportunity first round. There he goes. Now he's trying to do it. But you're right, Ice. He does keep going out with that army, and it really is not very effective at all.
Yeah.
There's the scan. Yep. Ooh, it looks like the Corruptors, though, trying to do some damage. Took out the shields. And look, HotSauce getting another Viking. That might not be a good decision.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is their ghosts both died, and Viking can zone out the Colossus very well. So in a sense, that could be good. And also, it'll zone out the Duskwings as well. However, that's 600 minerals flying around, and it's not really farming. His army, Hasa's army, is going to be much weaker as well. So it's definitely a trade-off. But Gannicus is doing very poorly with Dustwings. I never seen anyone farming this little with Dustwings. and that's mostly because he's binding it together with his army.
Which is very strange considering that in the previous game, he went out there with his DT separate from the army.
and double Colossus.
And now he's just doing the same. Seriously. Okay, so last game we have... we have double Odin. Are you kidding me? This game we have double Colossus. And you know what's a shame, Ice, is that they don't have Chibi. I would love to see Chibi again in this.
Yeah. I think it's I don't know why. There has been a lot of requests for like 2 years to bring back Chibi Colossus, but never was done.
Which is strange too, because we all kind of hang out with Relic. I'm surprised that with your guys' influence, that you haven't been able to say, Relic, just put it in. We want it.
Relic was only recently promoted to dev, and he's mostly doing the numbers on balancing than creating new units.
Oh.
So that's why.
Guardian Shield. That's a big Guardian Shield too.
Oh, here comes a flank. Nice flank.
Ooh, could pick off a Colossus. There it goes.
There goes their troll strategy.
Oh, wow. These warps are going to town. And he's going to get another warp off. Oh, he just killed 2 Colossus.
Look at Victor's points, just shot up by like 1,000.
Wow.
He shouldn't be engaging this, though. I don't know why he's... It's better to build your mass with the warp loss than. I guess it's fine. Relic and Grayson are very behind.
Well, yeah, especially now losing both those Colossus. Are they even going to try to get him back out? Yeah, they are. They're going to town. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see 2 Colossus yet again.
Yeah. Thor is so much better than Colossus because Colossus, they can't attack air. And also, they can be Void Prism. It's just not a good unit at all.
No, in fact, I think just touching on what we were discussing the other game, the Ragnarok beam. I thought it was a really good up what they did to it. They added splash to it. It seemed to do a lot of damage. And I don't know if it was just recently nerfed or not, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage anymore. And I really think that considering, like you said, the Colossus can't attack air or anything like that, we should have the Ragnarok beam increased. I'm an all favor for that.
It does well against heroes. That's about it. So, yeah, 2 Colossus can kill off any hero very easily, but any air comes out. It'll be. You know what? It'll be very interesting to see a Phoenix grabbing a Colossus. I don't think I ever witnessed that.
Well, here's the thing. Is it even possible?
I think it is. Phoenix can lift a Thor, so...
It's kind of cute seeing them walk in tandem like that. They're definitely shared control. And I like the colors that they're choosing. I like this this kind of dark gray and teal. It looks pretty slick.
Relic should scan and just spam Ragnarok beam. I wonder how effective that would be.
We should be seeing double Ragnarok. In fact, I want to see it. Let's see how fast that DT goes down. There's the Phoenix coming out from Patient. And here's the warps.
Oh, this is going to be a huge surround. Ouch.
Nice Void Prison.
Yep.
That's a lot of units being taken out.
The strategy Victor is going is going to counter pretty much everyone because everyone's investing in heroes, and Xikar will be fine with it. Gannicus is... What's he doing? I feel Gannicus is so behind for some reason. Oh, he has Hunter Killers. He has level 3 Hunter Killers.
He does have level 3, but because he does have these Duskwings still, I think that's why he's behind. Because technically, I mean, how much is a Duskwing? It's
250.
250. I mean, that's 500 minerals that he's behind.
They're farming its way back, so he almost recover half of each Duskwing based on the farm. It's kind of weird combination though. And the reason why I say that is because when you have a unit that does a lot of DPS, like Hunter Killers or Dustwing, you want to have your Merc to be tanky, to support, so you always have a good mass. But when you have Sharpshooters and they die very easily, oh, nice transfuse. Your DPS is not going to do much because you'll just keep on running away.
In fact, that Duskwing almost was taken out very close. He was only a few hit points away. And I mean, honestly, I feel like at this point he should probably just kill it and just hope for some better supply with his mercs.
Yeah, but he has a lot of supply, so...
There we go. You've seen the Ragnarok hitting air. Did you see that?
No. Oh. Well, I didn't see it.
The Viking lifted off and it ended up dying. So there we go, Ice. It can hit air.
Perfect.
And it looks like those hunter killers must have been taken out because now they're back out. And if he lost the hunter killers this early, he could be really far behind. Relic and Grayson, though, are a little bit behind as well. They haven't quite reached the 3,000 mark yet, where everyone else, including Victor, has been above that, far beyond that. 4,709 points for Victor.
Mm-hmm. Victor should be... one thing that's flawed is he should be controlling Bolt Tower very easily.
I agree.
By controlling that, he should saw a very nice flank that he could have just done, but they didn't. Another thing is his DT is still being grouped together with the Warp Zealots. The funnest strat with DT Warp is you use the DT as bait, making the army out of position, and then you blink surround with Warp. But if you group it together, it's not going to be doable.
And it looks like Gannicus was able to kill off a Raven here. And there he goes. Oh, it's a bad blink. It's a bad blink. He didn't get a surround.
Yeah, and there's no Void Prism for some reason.
There we go. Now there's a Void. He does have a better concave. Oh, there's the liftoff from the Phoenix.
And the Savior.
Oh, save. Picks off the Phoenix. He didn't get the DT, but he picked off a lot of units. That was a good save. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Gannicus losing out to Killer.
Yeah. Look at those beams.
It looks like one of them is level 1, and the other one's level 2. I feel almost that Grayson should probably pump up his Marauders, as they are going to do a lot of damage to the Warp Zealots. I don't think with the combination of the Phoenix that these Colossus are going to be very effective.
Mm-hmm. They did choose a Sniper Marauder combo, which is going to deal with the Warp Zealots pretty well.
He might be out of position a little bit here. Could force the second save. In fact, he has enough. He could surround that entire army.
Exactly, yeah.
I almost would have thought perhaps it'd be better to take maybe about half of this army with the Phoenix and try to force the second save. Because I bet you he could do it. His DT would be able to blink out. He'd lose a little bit of units, but at least he would know that there's no more Saviors left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know why Victor's engaging that. It's not a good engagement.
Mm-hmm. It might have been if he would have picked off Gannicus' units. They're very, very weak.
Yeah.
Only 2 attack. And here we go.
Yeah, Gannicus, all his merc is food right now.
The Patient still has tier 1 units as well. And I guess he's just deciding to go full Phoenix.
He's going to support Victor, I suppose.
There's the liftoff. He's doing some damage to the Hunter Killer.
Victor should be...
Oh, Victor.
Yeah, he's not doing the surround with Warp.
And I think a lot of that is like what you said, Ice. He's just going in with the DT, and he's not microing individually.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't know how to surround.
If you guys are wondering how to surround, first off, you might want to turn off the auto blink. Secondly, attack a unit behind the army, and you will usually get a very good surround. And then just continue to attack as soon as they blink, just do attack move, and it'll surround the entire army.
Colossus. Void Prism, what are you doing? Yeah, nice.
And poof, down it goes. And that's just going to be feed for Victor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these hero plays make Warp Zealots very effective. Oh, Victor's has been teching his DT. It's level 3 right now.
He has 5 upgrades currently on the Warp Zealots. And he has 3 armor as well. A little bit of hit points. We'll see if that DT decides to go level 4, like you were saying. And if he does, I would love to see a Dark Archon back again.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so now Grayson and Relic have a really big mass. It's going to be really hard for Victor to surround. He might decide to go for other units. There's also a really big buildup by Xikar. So I would say, like you said before, Ice, to attack top left. I mean, he has a really good opportunity. Except those snipers, hello, 6 attack.
No, there's no way he can reach top left now. He'll lose all his warp plots doing that engagement. It's not worth it.
Ooh, he has an opportunity to pick off the Colossus. They're out of position. He did back out. And Gannicus is probably going to lose another one of these hunter killers. He doesn't have any army.
See, Gannicus, he has no army to support his hunter killer. Even though they can do DPS, it's not a good combo.
That Phoenix taking a little bit of damage, but not much because it does have that hardened shield. And these destroyers are starting to look pretty scary. He's got almost 700 supply. Victor only having 446 supply. And I feel like if Victor moved out at least with his DT, he could be doing some damage. There's a lot of Marines out on the field. He just needs to get it away from that army.
Victor should be going in Relic space right now and force a save.
I agree, 100%. Taking about half that army would do it too.
Yep.
Especially if he tried to snipe one of the like the sharpshooter barracks.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, he could go on this high ledge right here, do a scan, and blink right down. He has a perfect opportunity to do it right now.
Yeah, if he sees the army leaving the base, that's what you should do with the warp lot.
Instead, deciding to attack top right. He's picking off a little bit of units here and there, which is great. At least the army is split now. But that DT has been literally sitting there, 130 kills, for minutes, and not doing anything. So I definitely agree with you, Ice. He definitely needs to split it from the army, because so far that DT has now just been ineffective.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Ragnarok beam.
Ooh, it looks like he's going in. Ooh, late Void, or too early. The Void Prism was really early. But the Colossus overextending.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is terrible. No surround.
surround.
He's got to attack the back of the army.
Yep.
Ugh. And now he's trapped.
He's gonna lose it all.
Victor, buddy. Oh boy.
Warp plots are pretty tough to use to blink correctly. I think only a few people could do it absolutely right. So.
Well, I used to run warps a long, long time ago, and I was very effective with them. I know exactly what you're talking about as far as surrounding. All you have to do is just attack the back of the army, and it usually gets off a really perfect surround.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it doesn't work, but as long as you can just avoid clumping up, and if you're in a concave, if you shove yourself into a choke point, you're gonna lose all your warps. They're that sensitive. It's just like cracklings.
Yeah.
I honestly feel that going Marauders was a really good choice. In fact, if he kept pumping them up, he's going to do really well against the Warp Zealots. Look at this. He's going in again without a surround. Oh, buddy.
Very low supply, too.
Very low.
Well, at least he pretty much fed that to Xikar, so Gannicus and him is farming off Grayson and Relic. Yeah, Victor is throwing his lead now.
He is.
Xikar is nice tech army. Nothing really touches them. Xikar counters all the sniper. Temp Zealots with 0/0 Marines is not going to do anything to the destroyer.
Mm-mm. Now, the Temple Zealots have a shot. And especially if he starts going Marine. Marines can do a lot of damage to the Destroyers, but those Destroyers are strong. He's going to really have to focus.
They cap Marine right now. They almost armor cap the Marine, and it has 600 HP each. So even though those Temp Zealots get into the army in the flank, it's hardly going to do any damage. And with full supply, he's going to maintain that full supply the entire game. There's almost no way to lose it unless you get it saviored. So Xikar is in a really strong position right now. Oh, maybe he'll lose it all here. he baits the Phoenix and fails. You see what I mean? He's getting a flank, but so much supply.
Xikar is eating right through it.
Exactly.
He's holding position. Even the Hunter Killers are going to be able to do a lot of DPS.
Yeah.
And Xikar could just have it here. I think you're right. Victor just threw too much supply. Look at this. He's been totally glass cannoned. He's down to 72 supply. And yeah. What is he going to be able to do against these Destroyers? Even with the surround, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's tough. He needs to rely on his partner to do something, but when the partner's going pure Phoenix for support, it's not a good combination.
Well, he is deciding to go with the DT. As you can see, it's level 4 now. So we could be seeing a Dark Archon. It's so far off. Really, the only place he's going to get a lot of feed is top left. Of course, there's no way he can reach it when Xikar is staying in the middle.
Even the Dark Archon right now, it wouldn't be useful because Xikar has good, strong destroyers. One Overseer contaminate, your Dark Archon would die. Unlike last game, everyone's investing, not in their Merc. So they don't have enough DPS to kill the Dark Archon. And also they have Hunter Killers, so there's no way the Dark Archon would survive.
Well, maybe not against top right, but it might be able to do a little bit of damage to bottom left. But would it be enough? Actually, the double Ragnarok beam might be really strong against Dark Archon.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's look at the units tab real quick and just see what level all the units are. Okay, the Zeratul is, of course, level 4. Still a Duskwing. I can't believe he still has one of those Duskwings. One Colossus is level 1. The other one level 2. So, yeah, they're definitely abandoning upgrading the Colossus. They're going straight for Mercs. The Raiders are 4 attack. And even 5 attack for the Snipers. But they're so far behind. Look at this 8 attack coming out from HotSauce. And I think he even has more hit points, does he? Nope. It looks like actually the Snipers have more hit points for Relic. But 8 attack is still...
Flying against HotSauce because with the Colossus support, it's very tough for the Snipers to do anything, even with 8 attack.
Seeker Missile hitting the Colossus but didn't do any damage. And it looks like Victor... backing out.
What HotSauce should get right now will be 2 Ravens, so they would have 4 Ravens and just constantly nuke Relic and Grayson. I think he's trying to get Raven, but Xikar and Gannicus keeps on camping middle, and he has no chance to buy.
Man, there's a big old pool of blood. I don't know if you can see this. I turned off my... I had a filter on so that way all the, blood splatter was kind of black. It just looked like black spots. But I recently turned it off. And sometimes, especially if a lot of people go Marines, there are just blood splatters everywhere, and it looks awesome.
Yeah, no, that reduces lag, so...
It does.
Yeah. Look at them. Double Ragnarok, the war plot.
That was adorable.
Corruptor. He should totally get Raven.
When you say he, who do you mean?
HotSauce. Because he has 8 attack. That's going to destroy... That's going to farm way better than the Colossus overall. And maintain a nice supply. Basically, when you have a Raven, the nice thing is that it saves your army being completely decimated every time. So you'll constantly trade energy for their army and thinning it out.
Uh-oh. Looks like Relic and Grayson trying to engage this army, but I think that Xikar...
up right now and snipe the Colossus. Ouch.
Nice surround.
Yep.
The Void Prison going down. Is it going to be enough? He's got to focus it. What?
He's scared of a savior.
Wow. HotSauce picking it off. And
now Victor's mad and he's going to go for the second.
Well, at least he got the second one.
Yep.
I mean, we can't count Victor out yet. He's still doing very well, but
those Temples and Marine do nothing. One splash from the Desi, it totally kills them.
You know, his choice to go with Temple Zealots is very strange. If you look, they're 5 attack. That's not going to benefit them in any way.
Yeah, he's using it to buff his Raven damage. That's why. And also he did it because Hardened Shield will ignore the HK, so HK can't farm off him quite a lot, but it's still not working out. They really need two extra Ravens to keep on nuking people.
You know, it's like Xikar is looking more and more deadly each and every second. I mean, this is not looking good for anyone except for Xikar. They're so strong. 450 hit points, 170 shields. Those are beastly destroyers.
Mm-hmm. So when you have a lead like this, the best thing to get in his position will be an Overseer. And the reason why is the speed would benefit you much more, and also you can stun anything and kill it, and by killing any hero or elite, that will weaken another person's army by more than what you're going to lose.
Interesting. It looks like Grayson's saying GG. Yep, there he goes. He left, deciding to leave. He just couldn't catch up. He was half of what Xikar was, even Victor, almost doubling him in points. And this is very strange. Usually Relic and Grayson do very well. Nice save.
They were basically trolling. 2 Colossus, no way. it's a
true.
very underpowered
It's true.
unit. And
It really
in
is.
The beginning due to the flank, so yeah, they were very behind.
I think they were very surprised to see the Warp Zealots. Did he pick off that DT? Oh no, the DT is still alive.
Yeah.
And looking at the level, it's still only level 4. It's doing a lot of damage though.
Well, he's dead.
Uh-oh. The base defense is coming out just a little bit too late, and that was a really big buildup of supply from Gannicus. And there we go, Victor is going to be defeated here. It looks like Gannicus and Xikar are going to be able to win it.
Nice Void Prison to help HotSauce kill the HKs. Yeah, without a nice supporting army, those HK are so bad. And Victor's just going to troll around with the DT, I'm sure.
Well, that's what I would do. In fact, I would keep leveling it.
Whereas Relic is just killing off everything so he doesn't feed.
That's very nice. Yep, there he goes. I think he's going to level. Yep, level 5. He could go all the way up to level 7 if he's careful.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, did you see this? The DT does 60%. It takes 60% less damage from air mercenaries. That's insane. 60%?
Yeah.
Wow. How do you feel about that? You're mainly an air player, right?
Yeah, but DTs don't really bother me.
Now, for anybody who is at home that might play air, do you have any suggestions for them?
Pretty much every hero has 60%. Like all T1 heroes have 60% damage reduction, because they have low hit points. And I think like tier 2, which is Colossus and Thor, they have 50% damage reduction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how the new balance worked out.
Looks like the Hunter Killer is doing a lot of damage here. They also have 60% less damage from air. They don't really need to worry about it considering there's no air on the field. But he just did so much damage to the Corruptor. Took it out very quick.
Yeah.
Those Hunter Killers are max level.
Mm-hmm. They should be getting Overseer, though. It will help the Hunter Killer by a lot. And oh, Savior coming.
Ooh.
Boom.
Took out half the army.
Yeah.
How many saviors are left, though, for top? Oh, there's only one save. And that's interesting. Yeah, the Overseer would definitely help with movement.
That's all they need. They need movement so they can keep on poking. So they'll keep on thinning out HotSauce while Xikar is building up the army. And that's all they need to push and win.
It looks like there's a little bit of back and forth going on at the tower. I almost feel like Zephyril is just kind of sitting out there with his units. I think those HKs could do a little bit more damage.
I don't know why HotSauce is getting Reapers. But there's almost no hope at this point.
Those Reapers are probably going to get targeted very easily by the Hunter Killers.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hunter Killers do double the damage that the Reapers can do. Actually, probably quadruple the damage considering how fast they attack. And Zephyril might be overextending a little bit. I think Xikar needs to back up the army maybe a little bit. Gannicus exposing himself and taking about half damage right there. Nice support tower, though.
Mm-hmm.
And Xikar electing to go with Marines. I love it. They do have the range upgrade.
So another play. So in this situation right now where Xikar is basically their bounty combined, they shouldn't be constantly attacking into him. They will just keep on feeding him. They need to think of something that will trade better. Whether that is a Tassadar, a Infestor, Ravens, trading energy for kills, because their units are not going to do it. So they're just throwing the loss, and that's about coming back too. It's very hard to come back when your units are weaker and you're still trading.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you look, it looks like HotSauce is about on par with Gannicus, but with Zephyril's points compared to Xikar, I mean, he's down a third. He's only got a third of what Xikar has. It's pretty much GG at this point.
Well, the other thing is HotSauce bought many elites, whereas Xikar hasn't bought much. And same with Zephyril as well. He bought a lot of Ravens. Yeah, geez, he's only sitting at 6,000? What the heck? This is a strategy of Gannicus starving someone, because he was only using HKs. Zephyril had very little feed the entire game.
Actually, real quick, for those of you who are just now tuning in, I am Regipu, and I'm here with Ice. I don't know if you guys happen to know that. There's a few people that have kind of jumped in ship a little late. But Ice, if you want to say hello real quick to the audience.
Hey, audience.
Just so they know, this is Ice. I think somebody was thinking it might be Valor because he's been on before. But no, it's not Valor. It's actually the tournament winner, Ice, here with us tonight.
Valor's the tournament winner as well.
That's true. I just wanted to make sure your title was announced so that the people at home know that you're a tournament winner as well.
It's not a big deal, really.
Oh, you're right. I mean,
yeah, not really.
It's only a tournament, whatever.
No big deal, of course, yeah.
I mean, and Chuck Norris can only, like, part C's with a roundhouse kick. It's like, whatever, you know. Well, I tell you...
Look at that troll DT. Keeps on carving away.
Well, that's good, though. That's what you need to do. It's too bad he didn't have this when he had an army out.
Exactly. He's doing something that he didn't do, which is very helpful for... If he kept this up and built a 800 supply of Warp Zealots, he'll be winning the game right now.
So, Ice, as I mentioned earlier, since you are kind of the god of air, I guess we could dub you. Do you have any advice for players who might be starting off with air or who might not be very good with air? Do you have any advice that you could give them, or a little bit of your expertise?
You got to know what to attack into and what don't, and and mostly when you get really good at air is how you can mind game someone. For example, if I move in and I pull back immediately when the guy moved into my army trying to attack me, and right when he backs off, I follow up with an attack to get the free hits, that's what I do all the time. So it's mind gaming someone on what you're going to do and not, and tricking them to attack into you, and when they're pulling back to hit them when they're back.
So basically, it's kind of like guerrilla tactics.
Exactly, and there are so many things that once you get really good. So, for example, if I'm attacking to a group of Goliath, first I will be using the terrain to my advantage, so that only minimal amount of Goliath can be hitting me at one time. And second, into a ball, I would throw one Mutalisk in the front so that all the fire, it would overkill that one Mutalisk, and in return, my glaive will kill 3. So every time I'm trading one Muta for 3 Goliath. And that's how I would pull slowly ahead. And also know your supply as well. If you're very low, then don't bother engaging and constantly build up the supply.
We have seen you play before where you almost always have 800 supply. Sometimes you'll even have some Ravens to support. Do you highly recommend the Ravens for new players, or should they just stick with using air until they get used to the micro?
They should stick with air and get used to micro first. Oh, there goes the DT. Bye, Victor.
And there we go. Victor has left.
Yeah, they should stick with pure air because with Raven, once you can manage going air and winning a solo pub game against any other team, then start trying out with the Raven. Because I see a lot of guys who, I won't use any names, but they're very highly ranked, like S something, and they can't use it well. That I could pick off their Ravens with just pure Muta. I don't need any Ravens to attack into them. So.
So, not to name any names, but they're I
can't say their numbers, or else
you would
might
know.
get a clue of
You would
who
know.
it is. So
Yeah. That's adorable. So basically what he's saying is he's played against really high-ranked players, but because his micro is just that toned, that honed in, he knows that he can micro back and forth without even the use of a Raven. So guys, if you happen to be playing at home and you want to mimic Ice, you can see that he does a lot of airplay, but perhaps maybe not using the Ravens, just focus primarily on doing like he said, just kind of going in, doing a little bit of damage.
Mind game. That's the best thing to do with air. Focus on the mind game, abuse the terrain. Eventually you'll have a good enough supply and flank people and take control of the map.
And I really feel like Xikar and Gannicus are going to have this game. I mean...
Yeah, they're waiting for the 10-minute sudden death. Even though, well, they will have one savior left.
Even with that one savior, though, I don't think it's going to be enough.
No. They have two support towers. They can sit much closer and have the Hydra constantly attacking without the fear of a savior.
That's pretty much what you're seeing here. Gannicus just kind of poking out with the hunters every once in a while. And then Xikar coming in. This is nice. This is nice play.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Gannicus might be burrowing a little too soon, though. And one thing, if possible, I don't know if you guys have this capability, but you can almost individually hotkey the hunter killers. I don't recommend it. Sometimes you can just do it with your mouse. But if you happen to see, like, if there's one hunter killer in the front, two in the back, just burrow the one in the front. That way the two in the back can still do damage. And then just unburrow whenever the army is done attacking.
Individually hotkey, I think that's going to mess up a lot of people. Just select and do it. Although, he should be really target firing stuff. I don't know why he isn't. Oh, well, there we go.
Nice Raven. Nice Raven kill. And Xikar coming in. There is still one save, and he's not using it. Uh-oh. Okay, guys, listen. This is good decision, bad decision with Ragey Poo moment here. If you're going to use the Savior, freaking use it before the barracks goes down. I mean, just use it right away. He would have got the entire army regardless, but you always want to do it before you lose your compound.
Wow, that did a lot of damage, those Reapers.
There we go, GG. And he does leave. Very nice. GG. And there we go. They're going to come in, finish this army off. Very strong hunter killers. Look at that, 8 attack. Wow, that's a lot of damage. I mean, they're doing like 500 damage every second.
Yeah, but Xikar definitely carried the game.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Good job, Xikar.
Yeah.
Definitely. Surprising, he stayed with 3 armor, 6 attack. He just pumped the hit points. His hit points are insane.
Yep.
All right, guys. So victory. Your winners here are going to be Gannicus and TryHrd Xikar. Listen, Ice, thank you so much for joining. I'm sure everybody at home really appreciates it, and I appreciate it as well.
You're welcome.
All right, guys.
It was good. It was fun.
It was fun. If you like this, tune in tomorrow. Perhaps Ice might be able to be on again. Perhaps. If he's not in the game himself. And then if he is in the game, hopefully we can see some of those tips that you talked about with air.
Yes.
All right, guys.
And
this is
when I do it, I will tell you so that you know that I'm doing it right at that moment.
Oh, so you'll be in call with me?
I could.
I guess you could. As long as I don't give away any secrets, like wherever
I don't care. I'm gonna win anyways, right?
You heard it straight from his mouth, guys. Ice is going to beat anybody that goes on the field, and he certainly will. Gosh, you were on a win streak. Didn't you win you won like at least 5 scrims in a row?
Something like that. And the one scrim that I lost, I saw it on YouTube today. I was lagging so hard that game because my SC was on for like 5 hours.
Oh.
And I should have restarted it before playing that scrim. I was spiking very hard. But also Muta right now, it's kind of a really underpowered strategy with corruptors. So I don't like to go with it as much as before. But oh well, what can I? Well, I gotta adapt to the current meta. So. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep, we all do, especially with the recent Marine nerf. Sad day.
Yeah, well, the Marine nerf, it's good. Like early game, your Marine is still the same. Mm-hmm. If you flank and you manage to flank, you're going to be very ahead. And as you see from Gannicus, just going pure DT, his Marines did a lot of damage, being 0-0, and his Zealots as well. But only when people are investing heavily into heroes or elite, when you can decimate their merc and feed off of that. So if you do get a nice flank and a good lead, with the current Marine the major upgrades, you can still get a very nicely built Marine. I don't want to discuss how I would build Marine because that will reveal too much of a secret.
Okay.
So until after the tournament, maybe, then I can discuss that.
All right.
Because I know a very efficient way into building Marines that make them much stronger than anything else. So maybe after the fucking tournament, I'll share the build.
Which tournament is that again? I'm sorry.
I don't know, it's like March something.
No, I was just kidding. I just wanted to hear you say fucking again.
The fucking tournament.
The fucking tournament will be happening very soon.
Yeah, after that I can discuss some tips and what's good and what's not. But yeah.
All right, Ice. Thank you so much for joining. This is Rage TV, and I am Raging Poo, signing out. But before I go, reminding you to set your opponents to easy mode. Please tune in for the next MA Masters coming up tomorrow. MA Masters EU at 10 in the morning, 10:30, all the way till 2. Thank you, guys. We'll see you then.
Pete, there's another game, but I'm not going to be playing.
Oh, I won't be casting that game, but thank you so much for joining, Ice. I do appreciate it.
All right, yeah.
See you guys.